Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelorette Recap, a guys review. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. In a minute, I'm going to play the interview with Katie, Thurston, and Chicks in the Office, or at least some clips from that interview. It was a brief one. We didn't learn too much. We got to read her eye contact. We got to judge her soul, chart her astrology course or whatever the hell you crazy people do out there. We didn't get much information. What did we expect? Of course we didn't get much crazy information. She can't spoil anything. She does say something at the very end. Katie Thurston says, everything happens for a reason. So we'll have to see what that means. Does everything happen for a reason like you're with somebody? Does everything happen for a reason like you're with nobody? We'll have to find out throughout this season. But of course, we know Katie's really good at sharing misinformation, red herrings, if you will. So I don't think we'll learn too much, but we'll sip on the tea, as the kids say. So we'll get into all of that, and I did want to give you guys a shout out. Thank you so much to all the new Patreon members. Leslie just joined my Patreon, and it's amazing. She joined the trust fund tier. I set up the trust fund tier sort of like, not as a joke, but I was like, if anyone's got a lot of money and they want to donate to me, I'll take it gladly, and it's $100. So thank you so much, Leslie. I really appreciate that. We're up to something like 70 or 85, 87 Patreon members. They get all private episodes once a week. I'll be recording one right after this, and you can get that on the Patreon link right there, patreon.com/Dave Neal, where I can share a little bit more personal insider stuff, which contestants have reached out to me, which contestants' mothers have reached out to me. I'm actually going to share a story today about one of my audience members who subscribes to my channel reached out to an uncle of a contestant who's on the season this year. Let me tell you something. It's pretty funny. I had to be pretty discreet about it because it's pretty interesting and it might involve a spoiler. So check that out on the Patreon. But people in the audience, these audience, you ladies, y'all are working hard to get some of these men. Let's hope Katie's doing the same. So we'll jump right into that. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We get about 1 million to 2 million views a month. 60% of you people aren't subscribed. You might think you are because YouTube's good with the algorithm. They just keep throwing me in your face. Double check to see if you're subscribed. If you're not, please bump your Harrison on top of that subscribe button. In every video, give it a like. It helps the YouTube algorithm. And I know people have asked me, now that Chris Harrison's gone, will you still be saying bump the Harrison? You're damn right I will. That is a legacy term, which I will not be giving up anytime too soon, unless he goes, crazy on us and does some Cosby weird stuff. But in the meantime, bump the Harrison's sticking around. It's a legacy. All right, picture in picture. Here we go. Katie Thurston. I'm just going to play several clips of this. If you want to watch the whole thing, go to Chicks in the Office on YouTube and you can watch their whole interview. And don't forget, Katie Thurston did probably 20 interviews this day. She was probably holed up in some hotel with good Wi-Fi, banging out the interviews. So kudos to her for even pretending to have the energy to make this happen.
Actually, in fact, the moment I got home, I text Rachel and said, tell Matt my heart goes out to him because being the lead is extremely difficult.
Texted Rachel
and it's not something that anyone can really understand unless you've been through it.
Yeah. And how did you feel when it was announced that it was going to be you and Michelle together? Because I think there was some confusion. You're a fan of the show, for us, we're like, oh my God, is this like a Caitlin Bristowe situation where we're getting 2 bachelorettes again? And I thought we were past that, but you guys are getting your own individual seasons, which is so awesome. And if you did speak to Michelle, what did you guys speak about?
Oh yeah, I mean, she basically said, Katie, fix the problems and I'll see you this summer. Happy, our seasons I think are going to be very different. We are very different people, and she's so deserving. I'm very happy for her as well.
Yeah, definitely. How we were talking about, we're so excited for, like I said, Caitlin and Tayshia to be a part of your season. How is it getting along with those ladies and kind of getting their guidance?
The first moment I realized that they were going to be there for me was a surprise. And I'm overwhelmed with emotion. I think I almost cried because I was just so relieved. And they're really there from start to finish. They're not just there for a rose ceremony. They are there as sisters, helping me with really good advice that's helping me get through the whole entire journey. And without them, I really couldn't have done it, without a doubt.
Yeah, we are really excited
Yeah.
to see because we love both Tayshia and Caitlyn. We think they're great, and I think that it's awesome that as a woman Bachelorette, you're going to have two women that can help you out that have been through it. They know what you're going through, and I feel like that's just comforting at the same time. Now, we saw some rumors, reports about the guys not being comfortable with like all the female energy going on. Would you say that was true,
Fake
or
news.
did you not pick that up during the season?
I don't know what guy wrote that, but 3 women to 30 men. I don't know what kind of girl energy is overwhelming for you, but I thought it was perfect.
That's what we took from it. I was like, I really don't know how these 30 guys feel like there's not enough guys in the room to be comfortable. Like, that's crazy to me. So
All
Know
right,
anything different.
to the
So
bubble.
being in New Mexico, it offered the perfect environment, from start to finish.
oh, I forgot about that. So were you guys weren't allowed to like travel to different states during this, right?
Nope, just New Mexico.
So the same situation as the other season.
Yes.
Yes,
And-
exactly.
And how was that? Did you feel like it was a little different because maybe they're a little bit more adjusted to the new way of filming things?
For me, I liked it because you get this, intimate connection where you're just focused on like the dates and the person and not like the travel and the excitement of that. Travel's fun, but like we're just focused here to like fall in love.
Right. And I guess in real life, you're not like traveling every second with your partner. So I guess it makes it a bit more realistic while
Yeah.
also not at the same time. But we all know that.
Yeah, definitely. The Bachelor and Bachelorette always kind of joke about night one, maybe if they needed help with names or didn't need help with names. Did you have everybody's name down or did you need like a couple hints?
No, I actually was able to get it pretty quickly because like my job in banking is to get to know your customers and their names and faces. So for me, I picked it up right away.
What about the
great.
double names? How do you deal with that? Because every season, double names, it's too confusing.
We have Andrews, Connors, and Michaels on my season. And that I will say was a little hard in the beginning.
Yeah. It's funny because, we go through all the bios and we talk about what everybody's bio has. And it's once you hit like the third double name, it's like, oh boy, we always joke because we're like, you can bank on one of these guys going home night one because you can't have all these doubles.
Imagine you got to the finals and it was like both Connors.
Yeah,
that just doesn't seem possible. One Connor knows that he's not going to make it. They have that in the back of their head. They know one of us has to go.
Wow, I actually would really love for that to happen at some
I know.
point.
Well, maybe it will, and she can't tell us.
Yeah.
She could just tease it.
Katie, in the teaser, we also see a little special guest, Blake Moynes. We don't really know how
My
he
boy.
shows up or what happens, but how did you feel about that?
I was shocked. I was not expecting that at all. I knew probably people would show up later just because we are in this bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I saw him, I didn't know what was happening. And also people kind of forget that's Tayshia's ex.
Yep.
And Tayshia's there with me, so it's very interesting.
Oh, I actually totally forgot
Oh my
about that.
gosh, I didn't even put two and
that
two
I didn't even
together.
think about that one time.
No, I kind of wrote that off because I feel like we wrote Blake off during the season, and then
Yeah.
when we talked to him after, we were like, "Oh, Blake's great."
Yeah. But we were always rooting for Blake, and Blake is also very sex positive.
We were not always rooting for Blake
afterwards.
afterwards.
I'm saying now we are, but like I said, kind of the sex positive thing. It's Blake. He's an open fella, so we're excited to see what happens with him.
I will say, coming off my season with Matt, people were really shipping him and I before. So I was a little familiar with like who he was and kind of his background.
Shipping. Ugh.
I feel like maybe a
terms.
little Instagram stalk. You got to see
Yeah,
what he's all about. And then bam, there he is showing up right in that moment. And then you said like Caitlyn and Tayshia were such a big part and so helpful for you. It wasn't like they just popped up during the rose ceremonies. What was some of the best advice that they gave you?
Yeah, the two pieces was, don't just like pick one person from the first night, be very open, get to explore these relationships because that's what it's about. And then the other piece of advice was letting go of control, because in that environment, you cannot control anything, and that was a really hard part for me.
Yeah. And now you're done. We're all wrapped up, and you're doing your interviews and whatnot. How has it been kind of post filming, dealing with kind of going back to regular life, or are you not going back to regular life?
I mean, I am back at my normal life for the most part. It still kind of feels like a dream. Like I think this is the beginning of where it gets a little chaotic. So I'm kind of holding my breath right now.
Yeah. How has social media been for you?
I mean, I've always been a social media person, so I'm always like very active and engaging with people. It's just different now having so many people watching every single thing that you're doing and overthinking and overanalyzing everything now.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. And we saw the trailer for this season, and I feel like every season we see the lead at some point maybe have a little freak out. They want to get out of there. I think we saw that a little bit from you. Can you tease a reason why maybe that you were freaking out?
I mean, it has a lot to do with not having control. You know, you want to have control. You want to plan and predict everything that you think is going to happen. And when it doesn't go your way, you freak out a little bit.
Yeah, that's very understandable. And you're in one spot. You've got all these guys coming in. Were any of the guys like? Did you think night one this is gonna work, or were you skeptical?
Oh, night one, I was very optimistic. Okay. I had great guys. They all had amazing potential. So I was like, let's go. This is gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then what about the week after that?
No, I really did get to know each and every guy, like moving forward and get closer with all of them. And, you know, I will say up until the very end, I was pretty confident, but then the way things happened, I could never have predicted. And
wow,
I'll just leave it at that for now.
We can't wait to see what happens. That's a great way to wrap it up. And our last question will just be, because we know you can't tell us, but are you in a happy place now?
Yeah. Overall, I'm very happy. Everything happens for a reason.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Katie, so much for popping on with us for a little bit. We're so excited to tune in to the season.
Thanks, ladies.
So this is what's interesting here. She said, Katie, could never have predicted what happened. And we're piecing things together. We're looking at her eyelashes. Like, is she blinking? Is she saying Morse code? Does she need us to help her? What's going on, Katie? I think she's fine. I think she's happy. I think she is engaged. That's just my thought. I think for the most part on Bachelorette, they end engaged. You know, Bachelor, these guys, commitment issues, mommy issues, whatever the case may be. But Katie's good. She's 30, she's 31, she's ready to go. She says she's back in Washington living her normal life. But there's no way she's got her job back, right? Eventually she's going to get pulled to a major market, whether it be LA or New York. She's going to get pulled to a major market for some sort of broadcasting or media job. She's too good. She's too good on camera. The camera picks her up well to not have that type of job, assuming she wants it. But come on, let's be honest. What would you choose, right? A banking job or make 10 times as much money looking good on camera with an assistant who does your hair? I mean, I'm just saying, I would do that. I mean, I got to do my own hair. I get so jealous of these girls because of Barstool. Like, they have producers and bookers and post-production. I got me. I got this, and I had to buy a little button so I could hit my little thing. You know what I mean? I hit that myself. I got to do that right there. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, but I don't have to pay anybody, so it's all on me. If you guys want, I wanted to tell you this. I've got my vlog channel just got monetized. Thank you guys so much. I got to hit the cheer button. See, I do that myself. I do the cheer button myself. We just got monetized. I'm investing in me, and I'm investing in my voice and the way I tell stories. So I wanted to share with you. This isn't a sponsor. They didn't pay me. I paid a lot of money for this. This is a 4K Sony A7C camera I bought, and I just got a nice lens. I didn't splurge for the really nice G-series lens. That was like $2,000, but I got a really nice lens for it, which is not on. But it's an amazing vlog camera. So I'm taking my vlogging up a level to the next step. I will be vlogging my car battery getting stolen. I have video of it. I have video of the car battery thief. So you're going to have to go check that out on my vlog channel, which is right here. It says new vlog every Thursday, but I'm releasing one tomorrow. So it'll be up tomorrow. Not the car battery stolen, but I'm doing an MTV crib style touring of my place. Vaccine birthday cake. You can see some of my old vlogs on there from the beginning pandemic days and all that jazz. So I got a ton of content over there. We got stranded. We got a flat tire on a road trip. A lot of fun, some motivational, don't rent out your time, and a home studio tour if you want to see what my home studio looks like. Actually, I've already upgraded the green screen on here, so this is my little green screen, but I got a bigger one, so now I can be full frontal for you guys. I know that's what you wanted. Anyway, some more thoughts on Katie here. You know, it's interesting when she says Blake, when she says, we all forgot that Blake was Tayshia's ex. And even though Tayshia's probably in a happy relationship or doing well on her own, it is pretty interesting to think that Tayshia's got to be like, oh, Katie, you want to date Blake, the guy I used to date? Okay, here's a rose. Go on a date with him. Have fun. Is she just like waiting in the book? No, I think she'll be happy, I think, for the most part. It's an odd situation that they're all in. It's a very odd situation. So we'll see how Katie handles it all. She says she could have never predicted how things went down. My thought is 50% that she's hyping a scenario up and 50% that there is a unique ending. Maybe someone leaves and comes back. Maybe someone leaves at the last second. Maybe her number one choice leaves on her. So she says she can't predict how it all ended, but that's normally the case, right? And then she ended it by saying everything happens for a reason. We'll have to see what that reason is. But in the meantime, if you guys want to join my Patreon, go over there. You can check that out. And don't forget, you can subscribe to this channel. I appreciate you guys. On the Patreon, in about an hour or two, I'll be uploading my next Patreon exclusive video, so you'll be able to check that out. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.